Welcome to official SL TV channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my video and press the red button. Please help me to share my video.
To the listeners, supporters, fans, well-wishers, them now. Salon Talk Forum where they did with issues, comment, and analysis. Today, again, want to tell Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, God Almighty, plenty, thank you. Yet for another gift, love, sorriness, and gift, we don't give it for we grab. We grab this money not by our own power, but not to in direction, not to in guidance. Not to doctor wake you up, not to neighbor, not to telephone, not to alarm clock. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala na make it possible. So for that, we dey glorify him, we dey magnify him, we dey beseech him, and we dey show we abide in sense of gratitude and appreciation to him. And they ask how he don't start the day with him blessing. Then he just come out through with him blessing so that no harm and danger no go meet we. He talked today that for come commend the Nigerian President Bola Tinubu for where he get this level of trust and confidence per in Vice President the Honorable Mr. Kashim Shettima. The trust and confidence is such that it give the man accreditation for go represent Nigeria out. I dey follow wetin dey happen in Nigeria. I dey see the things them. Thank God to Arise News. I dey see. Since this administration don't come to power, the Vice President, Mr. Kashim Shettima, he don't do number of representations of Nigerian at major meetings. One such major meeting where he go now this year United Nations General Assembly meeting now income. And as God we have it, the diplomats them where they now the Nigerian mission at the United Nations, they do such a fantastic job to the point that they able elevate the Vice President from number 70 when a day before day, then bring them almost just along with the other heads of states there. Now that bracket they put them. Thanks to the indefatigable services of the professional diplomats them, the first class diplomats them we Nigeria they put out. Tell God thank you for that. The purpose for this broadcast today that for come begin the express concern why we vice presidents have not get this level of international exposure, why he not get them. After all, the vice president that na the Honorable Dr. Mohammed Jallo being there on the ticket, because there's this understanding saying that a teamwork get for Didi. And teamwork in a sense, most times he also get for be given accreditation for go out for represent Saloon. Yes, he don't attend a couple of meetings there. He don't represent Saloon outside the country on few occasions. Now the neighboring countries and yes, then they will not go denying that. But the bulk of the representation has been done by the political leadership. And we believe there are certain times that the political leadership for stay home and also address some urgent issues them. Especially this bread and butter issue where they face the citizens them. And you talk about cost of living them. The logic of lawlessness, the violence in the country the logic of lawlessness, and all of them saying we believe say one want the president for stay home and address the issues and with or without the president being out now the international stage, Salion will still be represented. Anyhow, look up. After us, like we say, we get a vice president. And we get a foreign minister. But not to all sides. And waiting on happen also, the president na Nigeria, Dana Bola Tinubu, he don't demonstrate abiding trust, faith, and confidence in the ability of a vice president. He not worry about the fact that the vice president will overshadow him out. After us, waiting important the Nigeria come first, not to either Tinubu or Shettima. No, waiting important, the country is being represented. Not important, not to law say power, not to law say power. Where go even where the president will go from one country to the other, back to back. No. We they follow it in the happen. Tinubu does not go back to back. Like I say, we don't see Mr. Shettima. He don't go to major conferences them. He don't come IMF conference there. He don't go to Switzerland Davos conference. He don't go there. He don't come to United Nations. He don't go to Dubai. He don't represent Nigeria ably. So now this one for the sea, your vice president there, now that one for the sea. Because like the argument goes now, when they seek the office, then they seek the office together. So the citizens then believe, say, this now a teamwork, not a one-man show. This now the belief this. So when they elect a president, equally so now the vice president and they elect. Once they elect a president, by political automaticity, now the vice president are not elect. And now that make before anybody they agree for serve as a vice presidential running mate, and the principal contender for the job, they are two for them sit down, they work out an understanding, they work out a truce, they work out a compromise, they work out an alliance between the two. Teamwork. A president for be able for trust who they bring as vice president. In this regard, we will give APC credit. For example, there was go back to Shaka Stevens and S.I. Kuruma as vice president. He represents Shaka Stevens, and on some occasions them very important meetings them where we are aware of. And as by Kuruma also as president, he asked Victor For, and luckily they are today alive, then go testify to this. And as by Kuruma designate Victor For go represent at the Commonwealth heads of state meeting. He go there. So one for the sea with vice presidents and also let them set in at the international stage. Not to all them, yes, the president, now in and the chief representative, but the mere fact that he don't bring somebody for let them help him, let them do the work. We also want for the we vice president and then at the international stage. And this is exactly what ACCREDITATION Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't do. It just now make I don't put an half for na read them and na see them. It just don't designate the vice president. And Kashim Shettima for go represent the country outside. This is what we want for the sea. Not to alternate a president, you go from one country to the other, back to back. We come here, he go yonder, he go yonder, he go yonder, he go yonder. No. This is sending a wrong message to the citizen. And the citizen they will ask a fundamental question: if the president don't get a desk job for do, or if he don't go able to focus on what they elect him for. These are the concerns, and there are ways some of we go the ways. Why the president go spend more time outside than with the people that we put her in office. So these are the concerns that we bring. And me personally, I tell God thank you way Bola Tinubu, they demonstrate, they say, just like way he been tell the citizens and say, the man where he they bring as vice president, Dana Kashim Shettima, he get any amount of trust, faith, and confidence, and that Mr. Shettima not to a threat to him. They are two not a colleague. They are two they in the same boat. They are two they work for the good of Nigeria. So from time to time, then would they take time, they represent the country abroad. Not to only him, Tinubu no more for they do that. So one for see the same thing. If on the contrary, we feel say the office of vice president is not necessary, we don't need that, then anybody where they run for the office of president, you don't need for come up with say no, you need a vice president. If you alone go do everything, now you are there every side, back to back, back to back, back to back. Now you get for there every side. No, it wrong. It give a wrong impression. Wait in fact, it can tell you, say where you perhaps you either you don't get the capacity for the desk job, or you're not comfortable being around for do you work. So let this now begin like waiting Tinubu they do in Nigeria. So let this be, another, let it be a pace setting for we such own country. Let we want some major conferences them. Let we vice president they go there. That was the see how instead they act at the world stage. Now they want really see them. Not to just where they half country like this Commonwealth heads of conference where they come up so very shortly. Who say really today the vice president can go represent Salionde. This Commonwealth meeting where penny now so where by God power they come very shortly. The vice president can go represent we day. So that way we really get the trust and confidence in the fact say we vice president he get the capacity for represent we, and not only that, the president when they are to the work, he get trust and confidence in him that the president not in any way they feel threatened. They think say the vice president go overshadow him. No, not forever feel that way. If of may feel very satisfied about the fact say a vice president na teamwork na a collaborative teamwork they do now. They're not in competition. Now teamwork. Nobody know they try for outshine in company. So I just want to tell President Tinubu that Nigeria plenty thank you for the fact say he get considerable trust and confidence in the ability of the man with me choose for let or two come for help can Nigeria go before. And some of we also want to see this na saloon. Yes, the vice president don't go now, few places outside the country. But when you put the sum total since this administration come on power, then it dropped that in the ocean actually. Now it dropped that in the ocean on the diplomatic representation on the part of the vice president of the country, where you actually come up with the aggregate. Now it dropped that in the ocean. Seriously. And when you juxtapose that with the number of representations, the way the vice president and Nigeria, Kashim, Shettima don't do, way compare that to waiting don't take place at Salio, then like night and day. So today again, this broadcast just come for talk about the fact say with vice president, he also need for be showcased that the international community he need for them on the world stage. Not to all them that a president no more good day, not to all them. Not to all them. Because if all the time that the president no more they did it, they give we a different impression. They make we think, all kind of a thing now we think about. So for issues, comment and analysis today, we can first commend the president of Nigeria, Tinubu, for where he get this level of trust and confidence in the ability of a vice president for represent Nigeria at international level, in a way where feel say The vice president will threaten him, threaten in a sense, will take the limelight and all that thing there. You know, for sure say yes. He been bring them for let them run for the office, not to out of tokenism. It be really mean them. It be really mean. Until then, Snakuchubu Kuruma, they wish everybody a pleasant and blessed day.